Sir?
How are you, Robin?
I'm very well. How's yourself?
Not too bad at all, thank
You
God.
were fascinated by our little Lindsay and Natalie there out in the
Well,
back,
I
weren't you?
was a little bit disappointed, I have to say, that I wasn't sent out with them, but here we go. I was left in the studio with you.
Well, sure, isn't that better?
It's always a pleasure.
Isn't it?
But what a great story there they had to tell us all about people's romance. And
yes.
I've learned a lot from them.
Have you really?
I have to say.
I'm sure you have. So what about romance in your life then?
Well, yeah, well, I am as you know, I'm a very big romantic, and at this season of romance, and I find myself getting a little bit emotional and a little emotionally detached to all women in general. No, honestly, I have a lovely lady at home, and very much in love. I'm a very, very happy, contented man at the moment, thank God.
All right, so what are you going to do with her on Valentine's Day?
Well, I don't know what way to answer that question. Well, what have I planned? Well, I'm an awful shoppy fella. I'm going to bring her to the restaurant where we had our first date and have a nice meal, and of course she'll get the flowers and the whole chocolates and all. But my girlfriend is the craftiest girl ever, because not only does Christmas fall on Christmas, but then her birthday falls in January, and then Valentine's Day, and it's sort of like a roll-on effect, so the pocket's feeling it at the minute. So
right.
I'm trying to wean off the presents at the minute.
Okay, but then all the money you're making from the sales of your albums and all this radio work and stuff, sure, you're making a fortune.
But you can't have it coming in one hand and out the other. You have to hold on to a wee bit. No, I have to say, I've been lucky with the last album. I took a bit of a risk, as I say, with the last album, with going down, back down the folk route.
Yeah.
And thankfully it paid off, because it was a sort of a risk, you know, doing it, because, you know, you sort of think, you know, it's the music that I love and the music that I grew up with, but will the people at home respond to it? Yeah. You know, and you sort of, I suppose with every venture anybody does in life, you take the risk and you have to go with it. But thankfully, it was a payoff, and to my benefit now, the record company's ready to start recording a new one in April on the same vein of the folk side. So really happy with that, you know.
Okay. And what about the whole Fame Academy thing? I talk to you about it all the time. You're the only one from your year on Fame Academy who I think is still working in the business, isn't that correct?
Well, not correct, because it pains me to say Lamar is
well, of course, Lamar,
shining
yes,
above.
Yes.
But then you see, Lamar sort of shook the Fame Academy name as
yes.
such. He's sort of shaken that. I don't know how he's done it, but he's sort of known for other reasons. But I suppose, yeah, apart from Lamar, I'm the only one sort of still working in the business. But I'm lucky, and I think the reason for me still being in the business is because of the fact that I spent the year and a half contractually. I was bound to stay in London for a year and a half, and I lived there, and I carried out my contracts. But after that I decided, well, you know, home's home, and my friends are here, and my family's here, and sort of a home bird at heart. And that was the reason that I came home first off. But then when I started making the contacts here, I found that, you know, I got a good network of people around me that was willing to look after me and steer me in the right direction. I think that's really has been the secret to my success, to a certain extent, the home base and the home support, you know, to be quite honest.
Yeah. And what about wee Sinead Quinn? Did you ever see her?
I seen her at Christmas. In fact, I did a wee sort of novelty radio programme with her, and I was talking to her at Christmas. But way back to London again she is, so, but she's doing the very, very best.
Good. All right, now radio as well, a new kind of career move for you, and it's working, isn't it?
It seems to be, strangely enough, because how I got involved in radio, and you probably won't know this, I was approached to do a radio play by Annie McCartney here in Belfast. And Annie had done this programme about a young fella from a country village going and doing a reality TV show, and then thought about me for doing that role. And although in this programme I won, which wasn't what happened in the last one, you know. But, so that was how I got. I suppose they must have thought then you've got the voice and the face for radio. So I was asked to come along then and do it. Would I be interested in a sit-in? And of course I was delighted to be asked. So it was sort of a game of chance. I just tried it, and it seemed to work, and the audience seemed to warm to me, or warm to what I am. And I suppose I'm not very controversial. I just do the music, play the music, and have a bit of crack and talk to the punters, and I think it sort of works, you know. But yeah, it's something I really, really enjoy. And
how do you get on in there as well? I want to know this, but with all the old guys, what was it like walking in amongst the likes of Jerry Anderson and your David Dunseiths and Uncle Hugo and other people like that?
Very threatening, but I have to say, although you walk in and you're sort of looking at them and you've seen them from you were young and heard them from you were young, very welcoming environment, I have to say. And what I like about it is, and it's something that endears me to the whole business as well, is the whole idea of giving you advice and giving you support and in no way putting you down.
Yeah.
You know, and I genuinely mean that. I'm not just saying that because it's the good right thing to say. I genuinely mean that. Straight away put you at your ease and make it so much easier for you. So I have to say it's a pleasure to be in the building anytime I'm there.
All right, so you back on anytime soon?
Well, I'll not be on until after March now. I'm sort of writing again at music, and I pitch my songwriting at the minute to other people, and I've got a few interests in a few different songs. So I'm concentrating on the music, the songwriting at the minute, you know.
All right, any gigs coming up?
Gigs coming up. I'm going actually to London on Thursday, and I'm going to be on a 3-month contract in the UK.
Right.
A tour of it's going to be a stage show, and it's probably going to do a few nights in the Opera House, as far as you know, which meant that I had to put off a tour that I had planned for Easter time, back to October of this year, which will mean that I'll have 2 albums out, and I haven't toured the first one yet, but I'll be touring the second one off the bat. I'll be touring the second one, you know, after the second one. So it'll mean that I'm touring 2 albums at the one time. You know what I mean? So that'll be October. But I'll be doing all the theatres throughout the whole of Ireland. I'll be doing England as well. But I've been sort of progressively doing England after the album release and been stretched along the coast, you know, as it goes along.
All right, you've got the guitar there. Will you do a live one for us now?
I will indeed. I'm going to do a wee song that I particularly like, and the reason I particularly like it is that it's got the whole vein of like, we're very lucky in a sense to be in a great business and a business that we enjoy, but no matter, the whole vein of this song is no matter who we are or what we perceive ourselves to be in life, we're all, when it comes to it comes down to the end of the day, when we close our eyes to sleep or close our eyes to go to another world, we're all the one thing. So it's called John O'Dreams. When midnight comes and people homeward tread, seek now your blanket and your feather bed. Home comes the rover, his journey's over. Yield up the night time to old John O'Dreams. Across the sky the sun has gone astray. Tomorrow's cares are many dreams away. The stars are flying, your candle's dying. Yield up the night time to old John O'Dreams. Both man and master in the night are one. All things are equal when the day is done. Sleep is a river, flow on forever. And for your boatman, choose old John O'Dreams. The prince, the ploughman, the slave and the free man, all find their comfort with old John O'Dreams. You'll find your comfort in old John O'Dreams.